and welcome to Geek Philosophy. Today we're going to be doing our first movie review, and I'm so happy and honored that our first movie review is going to be on Marvel's Black Panther. Now, come out in 2018. We've been anticipating for this movie for a while, so we're going to break it down and talk about the story, the cast, graphics, and what's to come afterwards. Alright? So, first let's get into the story. Now, I think the writers and the directing team, Ryan Coogler, amazing job. They did a great job of taking the story of Black Panther, changing some elements, which I am fine with as long as it grows the story, and telling a story of Black Panther and Wakanda. And it was really an amazing job and something to see that I'm proud to be able to watch. That we were able to see this comic book that I grew up with on the big screen. Now, Black Panther wasn't traditionally an A-list character when it first started. It was first created by Jack Kirby, but he's grown in popularity over the years by joining some certain teams like the Avengers and so forth, and have his own solo series. But now we get to see him on the big screen, his own movie, and he's getting the same respect as Iron Man, Captain America, and so forth, like back when those first solo movies came out. So the story did an amazing job telling it. They do still follow a little bit of the comic book genre's A, B, and C style telling. But as for its first movie, it did a great job minimizing what we are annoyed with origin stories. Just really giving you the meat and potatoes real quick, and then utilizing flashbacks in certain ways to tell the story and to show character development. So this movie really focused more on T'Challa and how he is as a king and how he balances being a king and a Black Panther and how he interacts with the world versus just focusing on the Black Panther. All right, now you do get some Black Panther scenes, and I think some people are going to agree with me. It wasn't as much action scenes as I would like in a superhero movie, but I think the character development definitely made up for it because you got to see how he was in his arc and how he really came from, Civil War on a revenge quest to now he's growing as a king, as being named the heir and being the king of Wakanda now, and how he interacts with his people. So, great job with that. The villain, Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, I'll talk about the cast in a little bit, but his storyline was very few and far between in the beginning, but once you do get him, you get him fully. And the question a lot of people are going to ask is he a regular Marvel villain? Because what we've seen in the past is Marvel doesn't do well with their villains on the big screen. You can really count on one hand how many villains you actually liked, and it's most likely going to be one, Loki. I do like Eric Killmonger as a villain. He's very Magneto-like, where you understand that he's evil, but at the same time you do agree with some of the points that he brings up in the movie, and it really creates a lot of good dialogue. But Marvel did run into one of their tropes that they always do, and he does become a little bit of a copycat villain. And what I mean by copycat villain is he's sort of like a power-based and fight scenes is sort of like the Black Panther. So that part slightly annoyed me, but it didn't take away from the full movie itself. Alright? And then we have the supporting characters, which did a great job. And it's almost like there's no small role in this movie. Every character that you see pop up on the screen and start talking has importance and has a relevance to the movie. Where normally a cast this size, you would see a lot of people fall by the wayside. So again, from beginning to end, it was very enjoyable, and I think Marvel went ahead and added a new element to the superhero genre by adding more political style to it. So we saw the political side coming in with Captain Marvel Civil War, but you see that a little bit heightened in this movie, and I was not bored by it. I was actually intrigued by the politics in Wakanda and how he interacts with the UN and so forth and so on. But overall, great story. Now let's get into the cast. The cast did an amazing job with what they were given. Chaz Boswell plays T'Challa. You also have Dane, who plays Akia. I hope I'm saying that right. Okia, who is one of his generals, a part of the Dora Milaje, which they changed the role of that a little bit, of the Dora Milaje, but again, it added to the story, so I wasn't mad at it from changing from the source material. But you can see that his special task force is still special and still working like they should be. And she really steals the scenes when she's in it, to a point where I feel like if you don't bring her back, and in fact, I feel like that about a lot of characters in this movie. Like I said, no person has a small role. You need to hopefully you sign multiple movie contracts with these people, because I'll be disappointed if I don't see them come back again in the next movie. So she did an amazing job. Angela Bassett, as always, classy, especially as a queen. You have Lieta, who plays Shuri, his kid sister, which I feel like she brought in a lot of the comedy aspect as being the youngest cast, portraying the youngest person in the film. But the great thing about it is it knew when to be serious and knew when to joke. I didn't feel like the joking or the comedy in this was overshadowing the drama. The drama was a drama. The comedy itself was a story. Like when they brought up a joke or something, there was a story behind that joke, and you got it and you felt it. It wasn't a bunch of one-liners and quips like in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 or Thor Ragnarok. So I think they did a great job, and I'm happy they did that. As far as the rest of the cast, they did a great job. Michael B. Jordan, especially as first time playing a villain, he really did kill it. Like I said, I was slightly annoyed by certain things, but he brought in a great way of having a conversation. And this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to talk about what the conversations were being held in the movie. But, tell me your thought. Give me your philosophies down below if I should do another review, do a spoiler review, or if we want to do a roundtable discussion on it. But there was a lot of good points that was brought to the table and made you think and made you like, you know what? He has a point, and so forth and so on. So, great job by the cast. Another person, Winston Duke, who also stole scenes while he was in it. He was played, I want to say his name right, M'Baku, yes. So he played M'Baku, who normally in the comics was Man-Ape, but Disney was smart and said, hey, there's way too much racial tension now in the world, so we are not going to name a black character Man-Ape in the movie. We're just going to go by his given name. And he was represented very well. They changed certain things, but it made sense for the movie. So, great job. Other than that, let's talk about the graphics. Now, the graphics in this, you're going to see beautiful scenes, great representation of African nation, not what we see on certain commercials like, hey, please send 8 cents a day will feed a child. No, it showed you Africa as a whole and kind of blended all little pieces into Wakanda, and you saw Wakanda as a techno marvel. So great job to the graphics team. You can tell when there were some moments that are CGI, as always, that weren't real, but as far as design and everything, it looked amazing. Now, what's to come after this? So we're already seeing on Twitter, the news and so forth, how much money it's making, and it looks like it's going to project over $220 million in a 4-day weekend. So pretty much, Ryan, you did your job as a director. You were given over $200 million to budget, and you make it in 4 days. That's a great job. Everything after that is just profit. So Disney is definitely going to push for Black Panther 2, which I think we've already heard that there might be a title already called Black Panther: The Secret Empire. And as always, it's a Marvel movie, so stay after the credits, because you're going to get 2 after credit scenes, which really set up for the Black Panther 2 movie, and also sets up for the next Avengers Infinity War. So, I know if you've watched my videos and been following along, you know how I feel about Marvel this year. They have a shot of being 3 in a row, 3 hits back to back for the year. Black Panther was the first to start, and it was a success. It was a hit. I couldn't ask for anything more. So, great job on that one. Now you got 2 more to go. Avengers Infinity War has to be good. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp, it can be a sleeper, but it can be a hit. So let's talk a minute about who would enjoy Marvel's Black Panther. If you've been following the MCU since the way in the beginning, from Iron Man to even Captain America, or you just got into it during Civil War, you're going to enjoy this movie. If you like superhero movies in general, you're going to enjoy this movie. If you want to see representation, you're going to enjoy the movie. It's not really, and I want to be careful how I say this, but it's not really designated for a certain group of people. It has a wide range of things. It goes into drama, political, romance, action, adventure. It's a little bit of everything. So it's not specifically designed for a certain set of people. If you've been following the MCU or you just like superhero movies, you're going to enjoy it. It was a good watch, and it does spark up some conversation that would be good to get involved with. And I think that's something that's never been really done in this, especially in superhero movies, like a conversation that we've never thought about having. And it does a great job bringing that to light and giving the question, like, what if? As far as the overall movie, I definitely say this movie, I watched it, and there was no brain cells hurt in the watching of this film. This is a must, and I will be buying this on Blu-ray as soon as it comes out. All right? Well, have you seen the movie? What did you think? Put your philosophies down below. Let me know your thoughts. You can also follow me on my social medias. You'll see more videos posting up like this, and we'll be doing more movie, television, and comic book reviews in the future. All right? All right, everyone. Have a great day. Geek Philosophy, the geek way of thinking. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for stopping by Geek Philosophy. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, put your philosophies in the comments, and also hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of all future videos. Thanks for stopping by Geek Philosophy, the geek way of thinking.